Good evening, friends. Welcome back to the Castro Valley News live show. This is the live talk show that we do every Tuesday night at 7 p.m., where we spend about an hour talking about things that are on our mind, events of the day, things that are happening in our community. And Cali Life 80 is way quick on the draw with the roll call. So my name is Roberto, and what we do every week is, like I said, oh, that's right. You guys can see Hank in the background. That's my wonderful, handsome co-host. We start off the show doing the roll call, and everybody is just fast on the draw. Good evening, Cali Life. Good evening, David. David, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for your support. Good evening to Elda. I hope you're doing well. Good evening to Janella, and I hope you're having a good evening as well. Good evening, Todd. Todd is glad to have time to finally join live again, and we are glad that you can join us again, Todd. Good evening to Barbara, and Janella is saying good evening to Todd. Good evening to Karen, and hello, Eric. Matt is saying this dude is soy boy power. Okay. Thank you. Good evening to Matt. Good evening to Jean. Is it Jean or John? Jean. I think it's Jean. Good evening again to you, Matt. So I think somebody just sent us stars. Oh, good evening, Ashley, and thank you for the stars. I hope you're doing well in your new job. And like I said last time, we definitely need to get together and catch up and do coffee or something like that. And that's Hank back there. Wow, he's right on camera. Usually he's on the couch behind me. Good evening to Deborah. Good evening to, okay, I got John's name correct. Good evening, Kimberly. Hope you're doing well. Kimberly, been doing some bowling at the Albany, it's Bowlerama, the Albany Bowling Alley, and it's a nice spot. It's a good spot. Been doing pretty well. Good evening, David. Thank you for the 50 stars. Randall says, party on. David says, Star Train. Yes. Ashley, I'm glad to hear that you're loving your new job. That's great. Like I said last episode, Ashley, I'm glad you're back. Castro Valley and definitely Alameda County needs your talents and your skills. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody in the roll call. Good evening to Bob. I don't want to miss Bob. Bob is at the sports desk. A's 3, Cleveland 3 in the 8th inning, and let's keep the A's in Oakland. Lisa sent 50 stars. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate your support. If you're not familiar with the show, we dedicate a few moments at the beginning of the show to do a roll call, so it allows us the opportunity to say hello to each other and introduce each other and see who's listening and kind of mingle a little bit and get to know each other. Someone said that they love Hank, and I forgot. I can't. Jan. Jan said, thanks for your time. Love your dog. Thank you so much. Somebody else just sent stars. Who sent stars? Lori, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate it. So, again, if you're not familiar with the show, my name is Roberto. We meet informally every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. and we talk about events and things that are happening in our town, things that are on our mind, things that might be on my mind, and you get to see this handsome devil behind me. Let me move the microphone so you can see him better. Oh, other way. There he is. There's that handsome devil in all his glory. Bob says, school opened and traffic is back. Be patient around schools. Somebody sent in, it may have been Bob, I'm sorry, my phone is acting wonky, but someone sent in some photos of the line of cars waiting to pick up students at Canyon Middle School, and the photo was wild. The line was extremely long, and historically that's kind of been the case at Canyon Middle School. Good evening to Ronald. Durham, North Carolina sends greetings to you, Robert. Ronald, greetings to you in North Carolina. To you, Ronald and Karen, very best to you guys. Janelle says, crazy traffic, 30 minutes to drop my kid off. Todd says, and don't forget all the speed and crosswalk points usually follow shortly after. Drive safe. That's a wonderful point. John is late. No need to be sorry. You're here, so we are grateful for your presence, John. Hope you and your family are doing well. It may have been that message may have come from John, and if it was, John, I'm sorry. It took me a little while to get back to you, but I did. Lori is mentioning, aside from the traffic, it was nice to see schools operating again. And from the standpoint of children's mental health, I agree, but it's sounding like the what's happening with COVID is it's getting bad, and actually it's kind of getting worse because the new variant, with the new variant, children can get it, and children, I'm choosing my words because I know there's a lot of people who are sensitive to the shelter in place and wearing masks and all that. But this time around, the kids can get this, and I saw, yes, John, it was you who sent pictures. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. There's a face and a name I recognize. Good evening, Vicky. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've seen you, and I hope you're doing well. You look fantastic, Vicky. You always look fantastic. I hope you're doing well. So we're doing the roll call. So if you're listening and you want to shout out, definitely post up a comment. We'll give you a shout out. Like I said, during this part of the show, it allows us to kind of, hear each other's names and know who's listening, and kind of, for the lack of a better term, meet each other virtually in a way. So we're doing the roll call, and we've got 5 more minutes until we do the midway giveaway. And Vicky, good to see you too as well. I hope your life is wonderful and everything is great. It's been a minute since we've seen each other or talked, Vicky. So I hope you're doing well. But yes, so there's 5 more minutes until we do the midway giveaway, and what we do then is we ask a local trivia question, and the first person to text in the correct answer gets a gift certificate to a local business. And this week we have $20 to Portales Taqueria on the Boulevard. And if you're not familiar with Portales Taqueria, I was just thinking of the owners and their food, and I was whisked away to a wonderful place because the food at Portales is wonderful, and the owners are amazing. Rosa, I can't say enough about Rosa and Gustavo, how sweet they are, how kind and generous they are. The food is fantastic, and they are local folks who are just, they're just awesome people. If you've never tried or been to Portales, definitely give them a shot. And I'm falling behind with the roll call. Good evening to Samantha. Good evening to Louis. David is agreeing that Portales is awesome. Yes, so is Kat. Good evening, Kat. David is saying the friendliest owners in town. I think we have a ton of very friendly owners. And David, you are one of the friendliest owners in town. I appreciate the amount of passion and caring for this town that you have, and I appreciate you as a person. And Ashley is saying that she loves Portales and loves Janela Anguiano. And Lori says Rosa at Portales is amazing. Food is delicious. Yes. Vicky, I love you too. Kat, good evening to Kat. And David says he tries his best. Well, there is no try, and you do, David. You're an awesome guy. So we're extremely close to the midway giveaway. So let me So I need to let you know that the sponsor for tonight's midway giveaway is Janella Anguiano. And as a realtor, Janella Anguiano's goal is to provide an unsurpassed and second to none buying and selling experience to each and every client she works with. With an exceptional and awarded track record in real estate sales, Janella has demonstrated why the vast majority of her business is personal referrals to family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers from her past clients who have become her raving fans. Having the ability to work under pressure and meet deadlines by consistently communicating on behalf of her clients throughout the entire escrow process has earned Janella a strong reputation for being her client's biggest and best advocate. Janella is a local agent here in Castro Valley with Century 21. So for any and all of your real estate needs, please reach out and give her a call. She's always happy to chat. And if you missed it, we have a link to Janella's Facebook page, and all of her information is there. She is local. She's awesome. She does a lot of things behind the scenes for the community. Her tagline is support local or shop local. Any, regardless of what it actually is, she supports local, and I love that, because I think we all need to get together and focus on supporting local businesses. Thank you to our moderator. He just posted the Century 21. Okay, that is not her page. I will let me send this over to. Give me one moment, folks, while I find this for our moderator. Post it. Nope, I'm gonna post it myself. Okay, we just posted two different pages for Janella, and I apologize to Janella. We had the wrong link, but we have the correct ones now. So and thank you so much, Janella, for supporting us and for supporting local. I know I saw on your page you do a lot of things that are community enhancing. You did a movie night, and you've done a lot of other giveaways on your page, and I appreciate everything you do for our community, and I absolutely appreciate your support. So with that said, let's get to giving away this $20 gift certificate to Portales. And tonight's midway giveaway question is, oops, wrong sheet, wrong page. This might be an easy one, but that's okay, because I don't mind giving away gift certificates to great businesses where you can go get great food at Portales. So what is the name of the nudist colony in Castro Valley? So the first person to text 510-331-9112 wins that gift certificate. I should have given you the phone number before I asked the question. But 510-331-9112. What is the name of the nudist colony here in Castro Valley? And Castro Valley does. You have to text it in. I see people answering in the thread, so text your answer to 510-331-9112, and you will be the winner. David, I knew David knew it. So David knows it, but he's going to leave it to someone else. Oh, we have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Awesome. And I get to give it to someone who's awesome too. Hang on, let me guess I type fast. I took a typing class right out of high school and learned how to type. And it has paid. Someone is saying their house. Your house is the nudist colony. Okay. That's great. Thank you for the laugh. I appreciate that. So, okay, we're here. Let me cross stuff up the list. Here we got the roll call. In case you missed it, I'll tell you that unfortunately Fall Festival has been canceled for this year. So people who are posting the answer in the thread, it needs to be text in, but we have a winner. So for future reference, when we do the midway giveaway, your answer has to be texted in to 510-331-9112, and we have our winner. We have a winner here, guys. So yes, getting to the next thing on the list. Now everyone's texting it in. We have a winner, guys, but thank you so much. And the answer is the Sequoians. They've been here in Castro Valley since, I want to say, the 70s. Good evening, Dennis. I hope you're doing well. And I want to give a special thank you to Dennis for his unflinching support for the show. Every time we ask, or every time we mention that we have, give me one moment. Every time that we mention that we have sponsorship options, Dennis donates, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, Dennis. And while I'm on the subject at hand, we do have a page on our website, and our moderator will post that up for you guys for your reference, that you can actually donate any amount to us to continue what we do and how we do it. KQED calls it pledge, so we have a actual pledge page. Any amount would be appreciated. You don't have to, but we are a business and we are doing what we can to make what we do in the news industry sustainable, because as you probably already know, and if you don't, I'm going to blather on about it for a moment. News is changing. News has evolved. News is completely different from when I started. Probably over 20 years ago, I started with the San Leandro Times, and I also worked with for the Castro Valley Forum. And at both of those publications, it was my honor and privilege to work for and with Fred Zender. And I know we talked about Fred the last two episodes, but getting to the point without verbally meandering anymore. News is changing, and what we are doing is trying to keep up with the times and trying to be innovative at the same time, which is kind of how we started doing Castro Valley News, doing so much online, and also doing the talk show that we do here, because while people still like the newspaper and still like things in their hands to read, the tactile whole situation, people are also looking online. They're looking on their mobile devices a lot more frequently to get their news. So what we are doing, like I said, is we are trying to be innovative and trying to keep up with the times. And Ronald mentions 20 years ago you had really long hair. 20 years ago, Ronald, I had dreadlocks. 20 years ago I had dreadlocks. So I'm amazed and honored that you remember that. So if you would like to support us, you can make a pledge of any amount. You don't have to. We love you either way. You can also, if you own a business, there are sponsorship options on the talk show here. There are also ads that we sell in our quarterly magazine. We do other things. Shoot us a message through the page, and or you can text me if you would like, 510-331-9112, and we'll talk about whatever advertising needs that you may be interested in and what we can do for you, or what we can do with you. So again, if you would like to donate, our moderator posted the donation pledge page, and also if you own a business and you would like additional exposure to people in Castro Valley, we can work something out and do some advertising work with you and for you. Thank you for listening to that. That was something else I had further on the list for discussion. Oh, also, I should mention, because you've probably been hearing me mention, oh, Dave, that's killer. Dave said that he had 2 people with the coupons from the CV News magazine today, so it works. It works. So that's cool. I'm glad. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy all over. Also, if you would like to support us through Facebook, you can throw us some stars. I think there's an option in the comment thread on the side here that you can give us stars, which is, I guess Facebook views it as direct love from people who are listening and watching. I think it cost you guys a couple bucks, and I'm certain Facebook gets a little chunk out of that. But you can do that as well. Whatever level you feel comfortable supporting us would be greatly appreciated. And we would be. Someone just donated some stars. Who did it? Maggie, thank you so much. Maggie just sent 100 stars. So you can do that, and like I said, I'm sure Facebook gets some money, but we also get some monetary love from whatever stars that you feel throwing our way, and we would appreciate it. We love it. We love what we do here in Castro Valley. Like I said, I've lived in Castro Valley over 10 years. Before I moved here, I worked at the Castro Valley Library on Redwood Road, and like I said, I worked for the Castro Valley Forum for I think almost 10 years. So we are Castro Valley folks that are invested in the community. We love where we live. We love the people that live here. We love somebody else just sent some stars. Todd, thank you so much for the stars. If you don't know who Todd Anglin is, Todd is the man. Todd is awesome. Todd does so much stuff behind the scenes. He works with CV Rotary. He works with the Chamber of Commerce. He just an all-around cool guy. So thank you, Maggie. You're tagging other people who may be interested in listening, and I appreciate that. Susan, Vera, and Patricia are being tagged by Maggie to potentially listen, and I appreciate that. Anybody who listens to me verbally meander like I do is appreciated. So here we go. We got the midway giveaway out of the way. Whoa, we're just tearing through the list here. So I don't know how much I touched on this, but unfortunately with what's happening in Maggie said Todd is awesome, and you are completely accurate. You're totally accurate. Janella is tagging Tessa. Thank you for the tag there to Tessa, Janella. Yeah, so you may or may not have missed it, but I wanted to give you a FYI reminder. The Fall Festival scheduled for September 11th and 12th has been canceled. And Janella is also tagging Micaiah, and I believe Micaiah owns the I think it's the antique shop on San Carlos, and I can't think of the name. Kat is saying, how about more articles about Castro Valley history? The Black Bear restaurant menus are more interesting to read. Kat, I'm not sure if you... Yes, Janella, Restore and Rework is the name of that business. So, Kat, if you missed it, every magazine that we publish, the centerfold is a historical story. We've done stories on Mervyn's, even though Mervyn's is not in Castro Valley. A lot of people like me remember Mervyn's. We also did one in our last issue about the little shack that's on Castro Valley Boulevard, which used to be Frank's Footers and Carryoutty. So we do as much historical stuff as we can. We also are featuring a lot of more content from our local historian, Lucille Lorge. She just emailed me today, and she mentioned that she would be sending in more stories for us to share. If you missed last week, we shared a story about the Castro Valley, the history of the Castro Valley Fire Department. We shared that last week. So every month, Lucille will be sending us 2 historical stories, and I will try to dig up some of my own to quench that thirst that people have for local history. Oh, no, Kat is saying, sorry, her husband commented on this. No worries, it's good. It gave us an opportunity to talk about Lucille Lorge, who is a wonderful friend and a wonderful person, and our official local historian. Carol is mentioning, can we talk about the drama regarding the live music at the CV Marketplace? And yes, we can. That's on the list. That's coming up next, just about. Todd is saying, Maggie and Janella, let's plan a special promotional night and Robert's honor, as he's always giving to all the rest. Thank you so much, Todd. Um, Next time I see you, I'm going to give you a big hug. John Garcia just gave us 830 stars. Wow. Yes, there it is right there. Thank you, John. You are awesome. Wow. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. You're an awesome guy, and I totally appreciate your support. Bob is saying that the A's are in extra innings. Kat says, I've lived in Castro Valley for 61 years and I love Castro Valley. I agree. I love this town as well. I'm going to take something out of order here on the list, and I want to give you another reminder that the community cupboard on Forest Avenue is definitely looking for donations. I was there yesterday, and the freezer and refrigerator are empty. And I think it's not a comment on the generosity of Castro Valley. I think what's happening is a lot of the food pantries in town are no longer in service. I know the Three Cross Church had one that was really reaching a lot of people. Excuse me for one moment. Sorry about that. Cali Live says lived in Castro Valley for 5 years, but before that, been going to Rigatoni's for 13 years and off and on for lunch. Love this city. Rigatoni's is good. I know there's some people who don't dig it, but Rigatoni's is good. And our moderator just posted a link to the community cupboard, and there is wonderful Tanya, who is the brains and brawn and passion behind the community cupboard. So the community cupboard is on Forest Avenue. I won't give you the address. Maybe Tanya can post that up there. You can also find the address on the link that we just posted on the in the comments there. You can't miss it. It's blue, it's beautiful, and it's got lots of food. But the thing has been for a while, at least for a couple weeks, that the perishable items have been running extremely low. So anything that you may have in your refrigerator or freezer, things that are hopefully not opened, you can definitely bring them down to the community cupboard. Also, canned foods, diapers are out there, wipes, hand sanitizer. The list goes on and on. Anything that you feel, any household items that you feel others might need, or if you're, like I said, just looking to clear out your pantry or your freezer or your refrigerator, please definitely bring them down to the community cupboard. There was somebody on the Castro Valley Marketplace, one of the little giveaway pages, had 3 or 4 bags and boxes of food that they were giving away, and I just mentioned if nobody's interested in these items, I would love to come by and bring them over to the community cupboard. So that worked out. Went and picked up those items with an extremely special friend, and we brought them over to the community cupboard. So the need from people for food is probably not going to ever fade. And the good thing about that community cupboard is you can walk up and basically take whatever you need. You can leave whatever you don't need, and no questions asked. So for anyone who is, I think the term is food insecure. If you need food, the community cupboard is always there. It's been there for a while. It's a wonderful resource in our town. I can't tip my cap enough to Tanya and what she's done with that community cupboard. There was a refrigerator that was donated by someone through our page that allowed the community cupboard to grow and have a refrigerator and freezer. And I think it's just testament to the amazing people in our town and how much people here care for each other, as particularly for their neighbors. And I think that's one of the things that really makes Castro Valley amazing, is that whenever there's a call for help or a situation or a person in need, there is no shortage of lots and lots of people who step up to the plate to donate or help or offer, money or whatever anybody needs. It's always impressed me during my long career here in Castro Valley. So again, if you have things in your pantry that you're looking to weed out, or things in your freezer, or Tanya's mentioning the Ackerman family donated the refrigerator. So let's give a shout out to the Ackerman family. You guys are awesome. Thank you for donating that and allowing the community covered to expand what the things that they offer. Kathy Pichotte, thank you for all you do. I appreciate your 530 stars. You are awesome. Thank you, Kathy. And if you're not familiar, you can look. I think it's in where the comments are in the thread. I think there's a button there where you can say send stars. They are not free. I think they cost you something. I'm pleading ignorance on this. I don't know what they cost. So, but whatever they cost, we get a cut. We get a meager amount of monetary units from those. But it's all love. So if you're sending those stars, we really appreciate your love. Anything helps us continue what we do. Like I said, we are a business. We are, the majority of what we do is funded by ads. So it's even better that Janella came in and sponsored tonight's show. It's awesome that David Alga at Daily Dose Plant-Based Health has sponsored a lot of our episodes here. Todd Anglin has also supported us a lot through Castro Valley News, our existence. Pete's Hardware has also. So any way that you could support us would be great. If it's a thumbs up or a star or whatever, we love it. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We love this community, like I said, and we love you, and we love keeping you guys informed. I love being a reporter. I like finding things out. I like not the exposure. I love, without this job, I would not have been able to meet as many wonderful and amazing people as I have in the past few years. Ashley is one of them. Todd is another one of those. I would have not had the opportunity to meet Lucille Lorge. The list goes on and on and on to the break of dawn. Sorry for the bad joke there. Somebody else just sent stars. Yosef, I hope I said your name right. Thank you for the 99 stars. Wow. And please correct me if I pronounced your name incorrectly. Yosef, that's what I think it is. With that said, let's get to this topic that has kind of blown up a little bit. It's big. A lot of people are talking and very there's a lot of people who are very passionate about this topic that has within the past week, I believe, kind of unfolded. So I'm gonna apologize in advance if I do a delicate verbal tiptoe dance around this topic, because I don't want to come off like I'm talking trash about anybody. I don't want to sound like I'm putting anyone in a bad light. But I kind of did some mental flip-flopping whether I wanted to discuss this or do a story about this. But I think there's value in what is happening, and I'll explain as the discussion goes on. And this just kind of harkens back to the suggestion that Carol had a while ago. And good evening, Carol. Carol used to work for the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce too, and I want to give her a shout out and say hello. And definitely thank you for suggesting this topic, because I think it's something that also comments on the passion of Castro Valley. So on August 5th, there was a post on the Cannery Kitchen and Taps Facebook page that, and I'll kind of backtrack to some of the history and historical timeline in a second, but pardon me one moment, sorry. Oh, I just muted the microphone and somebody sent stars. Micaiah, thank you so much for the 530 stars. And Micaiah, and I know I said your name right. Also, let me thank Micaiah for supporting us at Restore and Rework. Micaiah has placed some ads in our magazine before and has supported the talk show, supported our live show when it was just audio, when there was duct tape over the camera here. You guys remember that? You guys remember that? Yeah. So we used to do that every week, and only for the past few weeks we've been doing video. Things have been fun. Things have been a learning experience, and it's been cool. It's been fun. It's been fun. So without any further delay, so what happened was the Cannery Kitchen and Tap. I'm gonna take my time and say this right. So the Cannery Kitchen and Tap at the new marketplace have been doing live music for what seems to be, let's see, looks like they started in May. It's been a while. It's been a couple months. Been 3 months. The Cannery Kitchen and Tap have been booking musical performers on the Paseo, which the Paseo is the portion between the new marketplace and where the ice creamery is, the beautiful seating that they have there. So the Cannery Kitchen and Tap have been paying, not cheaply. They've been paying like full whack, which is a British term for kind of the full amount, to have musical performers at that Paseo since May, and they started 2 days a week, and then they moved up to 3 days a week, and there's no cover; it was just free music. From what I have read, they had jazz, country, blues performers. There have been some, I guess, rhythm and blues and rock performers. And what had happened was, and apologize if I'm like going over some things, because I always, as you know, I get distracted, and normally I mention things 2 times. But on August 5th, the Cannery Kitchen and Tap mentioned music on the Paseo is canceled, effective immediately until further notice. We apologize to our musician friends, music fans in the community who came out and showed love for what we have built here in Castro Valley. So, following that post, there was, from what I saw on a lot of the posts and comments on that post, there's an immense amount of pushback from musicians, from people who enjoyed the music, just folks in general, but a lot of musicians, a lot of people who enjoyed seeing and hearing and enjoying live music here in Castro Valley. The next day, there was a post from the Castro Valley Marketplace that said, note to music lovers, Castro Valley Marketplace is now scheduling music and community events. Each event will be curated with care to feature local and regional talent that will complement the atmosphere we have worked so hard to create for the community. They also posted something: if you are interested in participating or being a musician, you can email them. That post got hot. About 176 comments, 48 shares. A lot of people are extremely nonplussed in regard to the when, why, how this decision was made. I reached out to the owner of the marketplace. I have not heard back for comment, because in the interest of fairness, I would definitely love to hear their take on what happened. I can give you some of the other information. I can give you a lot of information that I have from my contact, who is tied in with the marketplace itself. So kind of what happened was, there was a complaint from one of the businesses about the loud music. They were not happy with how loud it was. So to solve that, the folks with the marketplace assumed responsibility of booking the bands from the cannery. And like I said, the cannery were doing this for months. And from what I was told, the cannery had permission to do this. The cannery were actually encouraged to do this because at their former location in Hayward, they were kind of doing the same thing with outdoor music, and it was extremely successful there. So, but I'm going to stop right there. I want to say this, and I will apologize if this, ruffles some feathers. But the person who owns the marketplace, it's their building. So, if they want to tell a tenant, please don't do that, we'll do that and continue. I see merit there in that being at their discretion. That's kind of their right. If you are a landlord of an apartment complex and you don't want people barbecuing, you tell those people, please don't barbecue, or I can barbecue for you. It's kind of a silly comparison, but I hope you get the gist of what I'm saying. When it boils down to it, it's his building, and I get that it has made a lot of people angry. It doesn't, to me, my personal take, it doesn't seem like it's the wisest route to take, because from the comments that I've seen, it has alienated a lot of people. And for a business that is, a building that is relatively new, you probably, for anyone who owns a business, you definitely want to do what you can to make your clientele happy. I think that some steps could have been done differently. I don't know the political ins and outs between, or just the relationship ins and outs when it comes to that particular business and the owner. Excuse me for a moment. So with that said, I don't want to sound like I'm completely bashing the marketplace, because like I said, it's if those people are renting from the owner, I'm feeling that it's kind of at the owner's discretion how that might work. But then again, the marketplace, the cannery were doing that for months, and I'm falling behind with some of the comments. So David is asking, what are people mad about? People are mad that the marketplace assumed the responsibility and kind of took hold of booking shows and essentially canceled, from what I understand, 2 months of shows that involved 40 musicians. So that's what people are mad about. Particularly people who are those musicians that were booked. Those are the people that are really mad. In addition to the folks who really enjoyed the music and saw it as a successful enhancement to the building and to Castro Valley. So that's what's happening. And I don't. Carol is mentioning the Paseo is shared space, and that is accurate. So the Paseo the Paseo does not belong to the marketplace, from what I understand. That's a very good point. Kat just sent $5 in stars, and I'm trying to find the amount of those. But either way, thank you so much for Kat. I appreciate your support. Todd mentions the Micaiah is also an awesome local supporter. Thank you. Michael says, always someone complaining about something in this poor little town holds us back from so many good things that this town could become. I see some point to that, because there's a lot of people. Carol is mentioning they share with Wen's and the Ice Creamery, and that is true. I believe actually the Ice Creamery may own half of that Paseo. And I don't want to speak out of turn because I don't know for sure who owns it, but I know the county put a lot of money into enhancing and beautifying the Paseo. So with that said, those things will probably come into play with things that may happen in the future. But that's um, that's kind of the gist of that situation. And like I said, I didn't want to I don't have a dog in this fight, but I wanted to acknowledge the issue because I know there's a lot of people that are passionate about the the fun and the great, for lack of a better term, the great vibe that is created by live music, especially when people are outdoors eating. We're in a pandemic. We're still experiencing effects from COVID-19. So there are probably a lot of people who prefer to eat outdoors. So if you're eating outdoors and there's a band there, it's a win-win. You're going to attract so many more people if you have a great live band performing at your restaurant. For example, the bistro does that a lot, and that is to great success to have live music. And Castro Valley is kind of definitely in need of just like every community. Every community can use a place where you can go eat and listen to some live music. I have to be completely honest. I've never been to the Paseo when the bands were playing. Things that I have heard was people just loved it. People loved it. It could have been too loud. It's probably true because if you're in that Paseo, basically you're just going to be amplifying that sound to the street. And also, with that said, the sound may echo back into the building and may be disruptive to some of the other businesses that are in the marketplace. And like I said, I reached out to the owner of the marketplace and I did not hear back. If I do hear back, I will definitely let you guys know their side and their perspective and their information in regards to what happened and um, how they came to the conclusion that they wanted to assume the responsibility of booking shows. I can guess maybe they wanted to audition people who may not be as loud. Um, but that's speculation on my part, and I wish I had some perspective from the marketplace owners to share with you. But all I can do right now is present to you what I know from the folks from my contact with the marketplace, that the cannery were doing this for a number of months and paying for these entertainers these musicians to perform, and overall that's just going to enhance the experience of your customers that are in that paseo and patronizing your business. But again, with that said, that is at the discretion of the person who owns that building, and it's an unfortunate. I know it's probably not what people want to hear. I know people want to, and from what I saw in the comments, there's a lot of people who are just not just super not happy. Um, I sincerely hope that the folks at the marketplace get ahead of this, or at least come up and post something or share something that gives the community their perspective, because I think it's only fair for people to hear. And Kathy is asking, can they just turn down the volume? And that's an easy solution. That's the best solution possible. They I don't know. There's a whole lot of ifs when it comes to any situation. Um, mm, but like I said, I wanted to acknowledge that the situation exists, and I wanted to definitely acknowledge the passion of our community in supporting musicians and the arts and live music. I'm kind of I knew that the music was happening there, but I wasn't in tune. In tune. That's kind of a no pun intended. I wasn't in tune with the schedule because I don't I'm not down at the marketplace as often as some other people are. So that's the situation right there. I hope that the cannery and the marketplace can come to some sort of agreement that will be conducive and healthy to the musicians who obviously love performing there, and for the people who clearly love going to the marketplace and hearing music and patronizing the stores. And you know that The inside of that marketplace is just, it's amazing. I love what they've done with the inside of that building. It looks great. You probably noticed we did a restaurant review at Oaktown Spice Shop. Their products are fantastic. It's an unfortunate situation that I think has it's got a lot of people very angry, very up in arms, and I understand that. I get that. I completely understand the pushback that's happening. I also understand if I owned that marketplace and I have a business complaining, something needs to be done, but I'm not 100% certain if what was done was the right, the best option. But again, I don't own that building, so it's not my call. But like I said, I definitely wanted to bring that up and mention that because I know it's on a lot of people's minds. A lot of people are commenting. David says the Doolittle has live music on Thursdays. I'm not sure. Carol is also mentioning it's such a shame the Cannery Kitchen and Tap brought in people from out of town just for the music from as far as places from Santa Rosa and Auburn. Denise says time to find a new venue. I'm not sure if Carol is mentioning, so put restrictions on the number of performers. People will boycott the marketplace. Now, that's what I'm hearing, and it's really unfortunate. But when and Carol is also mentioning the CV Marketplace post was so tone deaf to the community, and I did look at the marketplace Facebook page, and it seems like every post that they have put up since this kind of happened, there are people who are asking, can you at least address the situation? Can you talk about it? Can you say something? And I think it would be the best situation if, hey, Bob at the sports desk, the A's win Oakland 4, Cleveland 3. Go A's. I think Carol really hit the nail on the head with a lot of the sentiment that you can see in a lot of the comments. There's a lot of people who are just frustrated and are really, really, really not happy with this decision. And we all love live music. It enhances our downtown. It may have been too loud. You can find different musicians that aren't as loud, and you can still allow the folks who made the event a success continue to make that event a success in the future. But like I said, it's not my call, but I wish the Cannery, I wish the marketplace the very best. Carol is saying it was so nice to see that space alive at night. That's actually been something that's been a topic for a long, long time, that Castro Valley has nothing to do at night, that there's really kind of nothing for adults to do at night if they're looking to maybe go out for a night on the town. And it's accurate. There's really not a lot to do. There's not a lot of options. There's the bowling alley, and I love Castro Village Bowl. There's a lot of restaurants in town that tend to close a little bit early. We do have some awesome taverns here. The Doolittle is awesome. Oh gosh, we're gonna have Beer Baron coming, so that's probably gonna be another game changer when Beer Baron opens up. I think that's gonna be a definite game changer here in our town. I don't think Beer Baron does outdoor entertaining, but they will have outdoor seating. Kimberly is mentioning she loved the bowling alley, and I do as well. The bowling alley is just, it's one of those super, super cool things that we have in our town. And David is mentioning hopefully Beer Baron will add a little to the nightlife too. It's so simple to maybe have like an acoustic guitar player, someone singing with an acoustic guitar, and You don't have to have a big rock band pumping out jams really loud, but even a saxophone player and a keyboard hooked into a little amplifier, anything would be a step in the right direction for the nightlife here in Castro Valley. But unfortunately, it seems like the situation with David's asking, do we all miss Spankies? Not really. Spankies. Bless their hearts. They were open for a long time. But yeah, I don't want to retread an old issue, but I'm just hoping, because someone commented here that there's going to be some litigation surrounding the marketplace situation. I hope it doesn't get to that, because it's going to be business people suing their landlords or something like that, and that's not a pretty situation. But with that said, definitely thank you to the folks at the cannery who brought live music to our downtown, and hopefully maybe the folks at the marketplace can find some quality musicians who may be less intrusive to the sound and piece of their to the other folks who own the business there. And I'm stammering because I'm trying to tap dance through this without sounding like I'm trying to smash on anyone, because like I said, I see both sides of the story. Live music is awesome, and it's a no-brainer to have live music when you're eating, because it's perfect. The two things go together. The two things go perfect together. So yeah, I hope I covered all the bases there, and I hope I didn't come off like I was trying to kick anyone in the shins there. But it's an unfortunate situation, because it sounds like it was something that a lot of people enjoyed, but a few people didn't enjoy. So it ended abruptly. And like I said, my insider tells me that 2 months of shows involving 40 musicians were just canceled. People that were booked to perform are out of a gig now, are out of money. So, but those things happen, unfortunately, when in this world. So I'm not going to tiptoe around that anymore. We're at 58 minutes for the show. Give me a text if you have a comment, a question, or a confession, or a complaint. 510-331-9112. Someone is saying, so the organizer who, it looks like the person who is booking the bands and entertainment for the cannery, thanks so much for the massive outpouring of love and support regarding our music on the Paseo series. Our hearts go out to the 100+ musicians who were forcibly canceled, as well as our investors and many customers who know that music has always been a big part of what we do. This is actually, I think, one of the owners of the cannery. Kind of going into some personal stuff that I'm not going to read. Basically, it's kind of covering again some of the stuff that we've already discussed. But John is saying, protest in front. We want music. Yeah. Hey guys, with that said, we're close to an hour. Thank you guys for joining us for this thing that we do every Tuesday at 7 p.m. where I talk and basically lose my voice. Thank you so much, Janella, for supporting the show. Thank you to every one of you who supports the show. Thank you to this lazy man over here who's just snoring and dreaming. You guys are great. I appreciate the fact that you guys tune in every Tuesday night. Somebody just sent some stars. David sent 100 more stars. Thank you, David. I appreciate it. Janella saying, have a good night, everyone. And I hope everyone stays safe, stay healthy. Next Tuesday, we will be here at 7 p.m. We'll be talking about things that are on our mind, things that are happening in our community. You guys are awesome. I am Roberto, and as always, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. Stay safe. We'll see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m.